Rory Daniel McIlroy, born 4 May 1989, is a Northern Irish professional golfer who plays on the PGA Tour and the European Tour. He is a former world number 1 in the official world golf ranking and has spent over 100 weeks in that position during his career. A 5-time major champion, he is the 6th man to complete a modern career Grand Slam and the first European to achieve the feat. McIlroy had a successful amateur career, reaching number 1 on the World Amateur Golf Ranking as a 17-year-old in 2007. Later that year, he turned professional and soon established himself on the European Tour. He achieved his first win on the European Tour in 2009 and on the PGA Tour in 2010. McIlroy won his first major championship at the 2011 U.S. Open. By age 25, he had won 3 more: the 2012 and 2014 PGA Championship and the 2014 Open Championship. In 2022, he became the first person to win the FedEx Cup 3 times. McIlroy won the Players' Championship in 2019 and 2025. After a 10-year drought in the majors, he won the 2025 Masters Tournament to complete the career Grand Slam. McIlroy has represented Europe, Ireland, and Great Britain and Ireland as both an amateur and a professional. He has played for Europe at the Ryder Cup in every edition from 2010 to 2025, with Europe winning in 2010, 2012, 2014, 2018, 2023, and 2025. For his achievements, he has been named RTE Sportsperson of the Year in 2011, 2014, and 2025, and won the 2025 BBC Sports Personality of the Year award. Early life. McIlroy was born on 4 May 1989 in Holywood, County Down, Northern Ireland. His mother, Rosaline "Rosie" MacDonald, was originally from Lurgan, County Armagh, while his father, Jerry McIlroy, was from Holywood. His parents met while Rosie worked as a waitress at a bar Jerry managed in Belfast, and they married at St. Comsill's Church in Holywood in January 1988, both aged 27. McIlroy was an only child, and the family lived in a modest, semi-detached house in Holywood. He attended St. Patrick's, a Catholic primary school, until he passed his 11+ and gained entry to Sullivan Upper School, a mixed grammar school. Rory and father Jerry McIlroy in May 2013. McIlroy was introduced to golf at a young age by his father and received a set of plastic clubs when he was 2 years old. His father was a golfer himself who once played at a scratch handicap level. On his mother's side, McIlroy's uncle Mickey MacDonald was a talented athlete. He played Gaelic football for Armagh GAA, winning the Ulster Senior Football Championship in 1982, and association football for Glenavon FC and Cliftonville FC. McIlroy regularly asked his father to take him to the nearby Holywood Golf Club, where he gained attention by hitting 40-yard drives at age 3. He practiced chipping at home by hitting balls into the family's washing machine, studied a golf technique video by Nick Faldo, and often went to sleep holding a golf club to develop muscle memory of the interlocking grip. At age 7, McIlroy became Holywood Golf Club's youngest ever member and dreamed of becoming a professional golfer. He was a self-described anorak of Tiger Woods as a child, stating, "I was only 8, but I watched every hole" of Woods' victory at the 1997 Masters Tournament. McIlroy received early tutelage from coach Michael Bannon at Holywood Golf Club. To fund his golfing ambitions, McIlroy's parents took on extra jobs. Jerry worked 100 hours a week. He cleaned toilets and showers at a local sports club in the mornings, served as a bartender at Holywood Golf Club from 12 to 6 p.m., then returned to the sports club to work behind the bar in the evenings. Rosie looked after Rory during the day and worked night shifts packaging rolls of tape at a 3M factory in Bangor, County Down. Due to their conflicting schedules, McIlroy's parents rarely saw each other during this period.
Jerry later said, "I had no idea what else to do. I'm a working-class man. We wanted to give our only child a chance." After finding success as a professional golfer, McIlroy bought his parents a house in 2009, stating, "I'll never be able to repay Mum and Dad for what they did, but at least they know they'll never have to work another day. I'll do whatever it takes to look after them." Aged 9, McIlroy had his first significant international amateur tournament victory at the U10 World Championship held at Doral Golf Resort and Spa in Miami, Florida. After this win,
he was invited by broadcaster Jerry Kelly to appear on the television show Kelly, where he demonstrated his technique of chipping a golf ball into a washing machine for the audience. In a 1998 interview with BBC Sport, McIlroy said his ambition was to win all 4 major championship titles. He became a scratch handicap at age 12 and began to receive mentorship from professional golfer Darren Clarke. McIlroy decided to leave school in 2005 in order to concentrate on golf.
Amateur career. McIlroy won the Ulster Boys U15 Championship in 2002 and the Ulster Boys U18 Championship in 2003. At the age of 15, he was a member of the Irish team at the 2004 European Boys Team Championship in Finland, and the European team which won the 2004 Junior Ryder Cup against the United States on foreign soil in Ohio.
In 2005, McIlroy became the youngest ever winner of both the West of Ireland Championship and the Irish Close Championship. He had signed a letter of intent in late 2004 to play collegiate golf at East Tennessee State University. But after his wins in 2005, he decided to forego the golf scholarship and continue to play amateur golf in Europe.
At age 16, McIlroy made his European Tour debut in May 2005 at the Daily Telegraph Dunlop Masters. 2 months later, he shot a 61 at the Dunluce Links of Royal Portrush Golf Club during stroke play qualifying at the North of Ireland Amateur Open, breaking the competitive course record. McIlroy made his first cut in a professional tournament at the Morrison International Pro-Am Challenge on the Challenge Tour in August 2005. He shot a final round 67 to finish at 278, 7 strokes behind the winner Andres Romero. McIlroy represented Ireland at the 2005 European Amateur Team Championship. However, Ireland did not advance to the match play portion. 2 years later, he competed for Ireland again at the 2007 European Amateur Team Championship, this time with future Open champion Shane Lowry as one of his teammates. McIlroy was the individual leader in the stroke play portion, and Ireland ultimately defeated France in the final to claim victory. This was Ireland's first title in the championship since 1987. In August 2006, McIlroy won the European Amateur at Biella Golf Club near Milan, Italy, which earned him an exemption to the Open Championship the following year. Also, in 2006, he represented Europe against the Asia-Pacific team at the Bonelac Trophy in New Zealand, represented Ireland in the Eisenhower Trophy, and retained both his West of Ireland and Irish Close titles. McIlroy made his first cut on the European Tour in February 2007 as a 17-year-old at the Dubai Desert Classic. He had to forego prize money of over 7,000 euros due to his amateur status. Following his performance in Dubai, McIlroy rose to number 1 in the World Amateur Golf Ranking. In March, he won the Grey Goose Cup in Soto Grande, Spain, defeating Marius Thorpe in a playoff. In his major championship debut at the 2007 Open Championship held at Carnoustie Golf Links in July, McIlroy shot a bogey-free opening round of 3 under par 68. He ended the tournament in tied 42nd place, ranking as the low amateur and winning the silver medal. McIlroy chose to end his amateur career at the 2007 Walker Cup in September, where he represented the Great Britain and Ireland team at the Royal County Down Golf Club. McIlroy's overall record was 1-2-1, including a win in his Sunday singles match against Billy Horschel, as the United States emerged victorious over Great Britain and Ireland by a score of 12.5 to 11.5. Professional career 2007 to 2009. Early years, first European Tour win.
McIlroy turned professional on 18 September 2007 and signed with International Sports Management. He made his first professional start the following day at the Quinn Direct British Masters, where he finished in a tie for 42nd place. In his next start, he finished third at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship. He secured his European Tour card for 2008 the following week by finishing in a tie for 4th place at the Open de Madrid Valle Romano. Aged 18, he became the youngest affiliate member in the history of the European Tour to earn a tour card. On the 2007 European Tour season, he earned €277,255 and finished in 95th place on the Order of Merit list.
McIlroy entered the top 200 of the official World Golf Ranking, OWGR, for the first time on 27 January 2008. On 7 September 2008, McIlroy took a 4-stroke lead into the final round of the Omega European Masters in Crans-sur-Sierre, Switzerland, but finished in a tie for first place with Frenchman Jean-François Lucas and lost in a playoff.
McIlroy finished the 2008 European Tour season with 6 top 10 placements and ranked 79th in the OWGR. After finishing second in the UBS Hong Kong Open in November 2008, McIlroy moved into the top 50 of the OWGR. He ended the calendar year at 39th. This earned him an invitation to the 2009 Masters tournament. McIlroy's first professional win came at age 19 when he won the Dubai Desert Classic on February 1, 2009, which took him to 16th in the OGWGR. At the 2009 WGC Accenture Match Play Championship in March, McIlroy reached the quarterfinals, where he lost to eventual champion Jeff Ogilvy. In April, McIlroy made his Masters debut, which was his first major championship as a professional. He finished the tournament tied for 20th place. Of the players to make the cut, he ranked third in average driving distance, beaten only by Dustin Johnson and Andres Romero. McIlroy then returned to Europe, finishing 5th at the BMW PGA Championship and 12th at the European Open in May. He played in his second major as a professional at the 2009 US Open, where he shot a final round 68 to finish in a tie for 10th. In July, McIlroy played in the 2009 Open Championship, his first Open as a professional, and finished T47. The following month, he tied for third on debut at the 2009 PGA Championship. McIlroy finished the 2009 season ranked second on the Race to Dubai, behind Lee Westwood, and in November he entered the top 10 of the world rankings for the first time. McIlroy subsequently announced that he would join the American-based PGA Tour for the 2010 season. He ended 2009 by representing Ireland at the 2009 World Cup alongside Graham McDowell. They opened with a 14 under 58 in the first round 4-balls and held a 3-shot lead after the third round, but a final round 70 resulted in a tie for second. 2010, first PGA Tour victory, Ryder Cup debut.
McIlroy started the year by finishing third at the 2010 Abu Dhabi Golf Championship in January. As the defending champion at the Dubai Desert Classic, he shot a final round 73 to tie for 5th place. On the 2nd of May, McIlroy shot a course record 62 in the final round of the Quail Hollow Championship to beat Phil Mickelson by 4 strokes and record his first PGA Tour win. The win came 2 days before McIlroy's 21st birthday, making him the first player since Tiger Woods to win a PGA Tour event prior to that age. The win earned him a 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour. McIlroy, during a practice round of the 2010 PGA Championship. At the 2010 Open Championship, held at the Old Course at St. Andrews in July, McIlroy tied the course record with a 9 under par 63 on the opening day. He ended the tournament tied for third. In August, McIlroy finished in third place at the 2010 PGA Championship, 1 shot outside of a playoff between Bubba Watson and eventual winner Martin Kaymer. As an automatic qualifier, McIlroy was selected to represent Europe at the 2010 Ryder Cup. He tied his Sunday singles match against Stuart Sink, helping Europe to regain the cup by a score of 14.5 to 13.5. Following the Ryder Cup, he announced in November that he would return to play full-time on the European Tour, although adding that he would continue to play a limited schedule on the PGA Tour. McIlroy stated in 2012 that he regretted this 2010 decision to give up his PGA Tour card and skip the 2011 Players' Championship. McIlroy's manager, Chubby Chandler's aversion to the PGA Tour was cited by McIlroy as one of the main reasons for their later professional split. 2011, Masters collapse, U.S. Open breakthrough McIlroy in June 2011 at the Memorial Tournament. In his first start of the year, McIlroy finished runner-up at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship in January, 8 strokes behind Martin Kaymer. In April, McIlroy shot a bogey-free 65 in the first round of the 2011 Masters tournament to lead the field. This made him the youngest player at the time ever to hold the first-round lead at the Masters. He then shot rounds of 69 and 70, giving him a 4-stroke lead after 54 holes. In the final round, McIlroy shot an 8-over-par 80, including a triple bogey on the 10th and double bogey on the 12th hole. He ultimately finished in a tie for 15th, 10 strokes behind winner Charles Schwartzel.
In his next major start, at the 2011 US Open, held at Congressional Country Club in June, McIlroy again shot a bogey-free 65 to take the first-round lead. He shot 66 in the second round to set a record for the lowest 36-hole total in US Open history, 131 minus 11. He posted 68 in third round to also set the 54-hole scoring record at 199 minus 14. In doing so, he built an 8-stroke lead going into the final round. McIlroy shot a final round of 69 to earn his first major championship title, 8 strokes ahead of runner-up Jason Day. McIlroy's 72-hole aggregate score of 268 minus 16 was a new U.S. Open.
Open record, breaking the previous record of 272 jointly held by Jack Nicklaus, 1980, Lee Janzen, 1993, Tiger Woods, 2000, and Jim Furyk, 2003. The 16 under in relation to par beat Tiger Woods' 12 under at Pebble Beach Golf Links in 2000. At age 22, McIlroy also became the youngest winner since Bobby Jones in 1923 U.S. Open, and the victory lifted him to a new career high 4th in the OWGR. At the 2011 Open Championship in July, he struggled in the tough weather conditions and finished in tied 25th place. He was also a non-factor at the 2011 PGA Championship, where he injured his wrist in the first round after attempting to play a stroke from behind a tree root. In October, McIlroy won the Lake Mallorin Shanghai Masters in a playoff against Anthony Kim, earning the $2 million first-place prize, the highest in golf at that time. In December, he won the UBS Hong Kong Open by 2 strokes. 2012, world number 1, 5-win season, second major championship title. In January, McIlroy finished solo second at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship, 1 stroke behind winner Robert Rock. At the 2012 WGC Accenture Match Play Championship in February, he recorded another runner-up finish, losing to Hunter Mahan 2-1 in the final. The following week, McIlroy won the Honda Classic, where he shot a final round of 69 to finish 2 strokes ahead of Tiger Woods and Tom Gillis. With this victory, McIlroy reached the number 1 position in the official world golf ranking for the first time in his career. Aged 22, he became the second youngest man to reach number 1, behind Woods, who achieved the feat at 21. McIlroy warming up at the 2012 U.S. Open in San Francisco. At the 2012 Masters tournament in April, McIlroy was in third place after 2 rounds, 1 stroke behind the leaders, but struggled on the weekend with rounds of 77 and 76 and finished in a tie for 40th. In May, he was in contention at the Wells Fargo Championship and went to a playoff with Ricky Fowler and D.A. Points. Fowler won the tournament on the first playoff hole with a birdie. In August, McIlroy won the 2012 PGA Championship at the Kiowa Island Ocean Course. He birdied the final hole to shoot 66 and win by 8 strokes, a new record for the largest margin of victory at the PGA Championship. The prior record had stood since Jack Nicklaus won the 1980 PGA Championship by 7 strokes. At age 23, McIlroy became the youngest multiple major champion since Seve Ballesteros won the 1980 Masters tournament. At the Deutsche Bank Championship in September, McIlroy overcame a 3-shot deficit headed into the final round to defeat Louis Oosthuizen by 1 stroke. The following week, McIlroy won the BMW Championship, 2 strokes ahead of Phil Mickelson and Lee Westwood. He totaled 40 under par across the 2 tournament victories. With these wins, he became the first European to win 4 PGA Tour events in a single season, and the only person other than Tiger Woods to win 4 events in a season since 2005.
McIlroy topped the qualification standings for the 2012 Ryder Cup, which was held at Medina Country Club at the end of September. He picked up 3 points for the European team. On the final day, a mix-up with his tee time meant that he arrived only 12 minutes before he was due to tee off in his Sunday singles match against Keegan Bradley, after being escorted in by a police officer. He defeated Bradley 2-1 to help Europe record a comeback win by a score of 14.5-13.5 in what became known as the Miracle at Medina. To finish off his season, he won the DP World Tour Championship Dubai in November, making birdie on the last 5 holes to beat Justin Rose by 2 strokes. 2013, equipment change, downturn in form. McIlroy at the 2013 BMW PGA Championship. McIlroy struggled with an equipment change at the beginning of 2013, having signed a lucrative endorsement deal with Nike in January. He missed the cut at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship in January and withdrew from the Honda Classic as the defending champion in February. In April, he finished runner-up at the Valero Texas Open, 2 strokes behind Martin Laird, and at the 2013 Masters Tournament the following week, he tied for 25th place. McIlroy tied for 41st place at the 2013 U.S. Open, missed the cut at the 2013 Open Championship, and tied for 8th place as defending champion at the 2013 PGA Championship. As a result of his downturn in form, he dropped from 1st to 6th in the OWGR. McIlroy recorded his first win of the year in December at the 2013 Emirates Australian Open. He birdied the final hole to beat Australian Adam Scott by 1 stroke. 2014, first Open Championship, second PGA Championship title. In January, McIlroy finished runner-up again in the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship. He was assessed a 2-shot penalty for taking an improper drop from a spectator pathway in the 3rd round, and ultimately finished 1 stroke behind the winner, Pablo Larrazábal. He said afterwards, "There are many stupid rules in golf, and this is one of them."
In March, McIlroy lost in a playoff at the Honda Classic on the PGA Tour. He held a 2-shot lead entering the final round, but shot 74 plus 4 and lost on the first extra hole when Russell Henley made birdie. In May, McIlroy shot a final round 66 to overcome a 7-shot deficit and win the 2014 BMW PGA Championship by 1 stroke over Thomas Bjorn. The win was McIlroy's first on either of the 2 major tours in 18 months. At the 2014 Open Championship held at Royal Liverpool Golf Club in July, McIlroy led wire to wire and won by 2 strokes over Ricky Fowler and Sergio Garcia to claim the first Open Championship and 3rd major championship of his career. The victory put McIlroy alongside Tiger Woods as the only golfers to win both the silver medal and the claret jug at the Open Championship. In his next start, McIlroy won the 2014 WGC Bridgestone Invitational, shooting a final round 66 to beat Sergio Garcia by 2 strokes. The following week, McRory edged out runner-up Phil Mickelson by 1 shot to collect his 4th major championship victory with a win at the 2014 PGA Championship at Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky. In doing so, he joined Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods as the only 3 players to win 4 majors by age 25. After the victory, 18-time major champion Nicklaus said, "Rory is an unbelievable talent. I think Rory has an opportunity to win 15 or 20 majors, or whatever he wants to do if he wants to keep playing. I love his swing." At the 2014 Ryder Cup in September, McIlroy played in all 5 sessions. He finished with a record of 2-1-2, including a win in his Sunday singles match against Ricky Fowler, as Europe won by a score of 16.5 to 11.5. 2015, 4-win season. In January, McIlroy finished runner-up for the fourth time of his career at the Abu Dhabi Golf Championship, one stroke behind Gary Stahl. In his second tournament of the year, he won the European Tour's Omega Dubai Desert Classic for a second time. At 22 under par, he matched the tournament scoring record set by Stephen Gallacher and Thomas Bjorn. He missed the cut in his first start of the PGA Tour season at the Honda Classic. It was his first missed cut on the PGA Tour since the 2013 Open Championship, a streak of 22 consecutive events. At the 2015 Masters Tournament in April, McIlroy finished in solo fourth place, a new best career Masters finish. In May, he won the 2015 WGC Cadillac Match Play event held at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco, defeating Gary Woodland in the final. This was his second World Golf Championship and his 10th PGA Tour title. Later in May, while playing in the Wells Fargo Championship, McIlroy shot a course record 61 at Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. He went on to win the championship for a second time by 7 strokes with a tournament record score of 21 under 267. A week prior to the 2015 Open Championship in July, McIlroy ruptured his left anterior talofibular ligament while playing soccer. This led to him withdrawing from the Open Championship and the subsequent 2015 WGC Bridgestone Invitational, both tournaments where he was the defending champion. He made his return at the 2015 PGA Championship, where he made the cut and finished in 17th place. McIlroy during practice rounds at the 2015 Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club. Entering the DP World Tour Championship Dubai, McIlroy was leading the race to Dubai standings. He posted a score of 21 under to win the tournament by 1 stroke from Andy Sullivan. This was his second victory in the lucrative year-end tournament and his third Race to Dubai title in 4 years. 2016. First FedEx Cup title. Chasing his first win of the year, McIlroy took a 3-shot lead into the final round of the 2016 WGC Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral in March, but faltered with a 2-over par 74 to finish 2 shots behind winner Adam Scott. At the 2016 Masters Tournament, McIlroy was in the final group in the third round alongside Jordan Spieth, but shot a 5-over 77 and ultimately finished tied 10th. Afterwards, he said he was affected at the Masters by the pressure of trying to complete the Grand Slam. In May, McRory claimed his first victory of the year at his home Irish Open, a tournament hosted by the Rory Foundation. He finished 3 strokes clear of Russell Knox and Bradley Dredge, and subsequently donated the €666,000 winner's check to charity. McIlroy had qualified to represent Ireland in the golf tournament at the 2016 Summer Olympics in August, but withdrew due to the threat of the Zika virus in Brazil, and stated he would not watch the tournament. Following the tournament, McIlroy admitted he had been surprised at the event's success and said he had been wrong to dismiss the tournament. He later outlined his intention to compete at the 2020 Olympic Games. In September, McIlroy won the Deutsche Bank Championship in Norton, Massachusetts. He produced a final round 65 to finish 2 shots clear of Paul Casey. 2 weeks later, at the 2016 Tour Championship, McIlroy overcame a 2-shot deficit after the third round to force a playoff with Ryan Moore and Kevin Chappell, winning the competition with a birdie at the 4th playoff hole. The result earned McIlroy his first FedEx Cup title, along with the $10 million bonus prize. At the 2016 Ryder Cup in October, McIlroy played 5 matches and won 3 points, all when paired with Thomas Pieters. In the Sunday singles, he lost to Patrick Reed, 1-up, due to a birdie by Reed at the last hole, as the United States defeated Europe 17-11. 2017, winless season, injury problems. At the end of 2016, Nike announced their withdrawal from the golf equipment market, releasing players from their contracts early. After spending several months trying different clubs and balls, McIlroy signed a $100 million endorsement deal with TaylorMade. McIlroy did not win during 2017, the first time he had a winless year since 2008. He was hampered throughout the season by a rib injury, first sustained at the BMW SA Open in January, where he lost out on the title in a playoff to Graham Storm. McIlroy played a limited schedule as a result of injury, although he did record top 10 finishes at both the 2017 Masters Tournament and 2017 Open Championship. In his final start of the season, McIlroy finished tied 63rd at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship in October. He said after the event that he was going to take a 3-month break to recuperate from his injuries. Having started the year at second in the OWGR, McIlroy dropped to 11th by the end of the year. Late in the 2017 season, McIlroy parted ways with J.P. Fitzgerald, who had been his caddy since 2008, and hired Harry Diamond, a former Irish amateur international golfer and childhood friend of McIlroy. McIlroy said he had been inundated with caddy requests, including from Jim Bones McKay and Tiger Woods' former caddy Steve Williams, but decided to opt for Diamond on a permanent basis after a successful trial period. 2018-2019 First Players Championship title. Second FedEx Cup. McIlroy at the 2013 BMW PGA Championship returned after over 100 days away from professional competition at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship in January 2018. Prior to the tournament, he said he had been diagnosed with a slight heart irregularity, but downplayed its impact on his golf. The following week, McIlroy finished runner-up to Lee Ha-Tong in the Omega Dubai Desert Classic. He lost by 1 stroke, having led by 2 with 5 holes to play. It was the 22nd runner-up finish of his career. In March 2018, McIlroy won the Arnold Palmer Invitational with a final round 64, his first win since the 2016 Tour Championship. At the 2018 Masters Tournament, which was his 10th Masters start, McIlroy was in the final pairing on Sunday, alongside Patrick Reed, 3 strokes off the lead. McIlroy shot a 2/74 to finish in a tie for 5th, 6 strokes behind the winner, Reed. McIlroy was also in contention at the 2018 Open Championship, where he finished runner-up, 2 strokes behind Francesco Molinari. In September 2018, McIlroy competed in the 2018 Ryder Cup. He went 2-3-0, including a loss in the Sunday singles to Justin Thomas, as Team Europe beat Team USA 17.5 to 10.5 to reclaim the Ryder Cup.
McIlroy started 2019 on the PGA Tour in good form, with 5 straight top 6 finishes, including a runner-up finish in February at the 2019 WTC Mexico Championship, 5 strokes behind Dustin Johnson. McIlroy subsequently won the 2019 Players Championship in March with a score of -16. With the win, he joined Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods as the only players to win 4 majors and 15 PGA Tour titles before the age of 30. In June 2019, McIlroy won the RBC Canadian Open. He shot a final round 61 to win the tournament by 7 strokes and became the 6th golfer to win the career Triple Crown, the PGA Tour's 3 oldest events being the Open Championship, the U.S. Open, and the Canadian Open. 2 months later, McIlroy clinched his 2nd FedEx Cup title by winning the Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club. The winning payout was $15 million, the largest in golf history. He became the 2nd player to win multiple FedEx Cups after Tiger Woods, 2007-2009. In November 2019, McIlroy won the 2019 WGC HSB Champions Tournament in a playoff against Xander Schauffele in Shanghai, China. The following month, McIlroy stated that he turned down an invitation to the European Tour's Saudi International Tournament in Riyadh, stating that it is not something that would excite me, and there's a morality to it as well, in reference to Saudi Arabia's human rights record. 2020-2021, return to world number 1. McIlroy began 2020 with 4 consecutive top 5 finishes on the PGA Tour, which, along with his 4 wins in the previous calendar year, brought him back to world number 1 in the OWGR for the first time since 2015. Amidst the suspension of professional tournaments due to the COVID-19 pandemic, McIlroy, alongside Dustin Johnson, secured a win in a charity skins game in May 2020, played under the nearest the pin shot rule, as golf returned to television after 9 weeks. The event raised around £4 million for relief efforts. In July, McIlroy lost his spot at world number 1 to Jon Rahm. At the delayed 2020 U.S. Open, held in September, McIlroy finished in a tie for 8th place. He also recorded a top 5 finish at the 2020 Masters tournament, which was delayed until November. In January 2021, McIlroy held the 54-hole lead at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. A final round 72 saw him finish in 3rd place, 5 shots behind eventual winner Tyrrell Hatton. In May 2021, McIlroy won the Wells Fargo Championship at Quail Hollow Club by 1 stroke, which was his 3rd win at Quail Hollow and his 19th PGA Tour victory. McIlroy represented Ireland at the Olympic Games in August 2021. He tied for 3rd after 72 holes and lost in a 7-man playoff for the bronze medal. In September, he played on the European team in the 2021 Ryder Cup at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. The U.S. team won 19-9, and McIlroy went 1-3-0, including a win in his Sunday singles match against Xander Schauffele. In October 2021, McIlroy won the CJ Cup. He shot 62-66 on the weekend to win by 1 stroke over Colin Morikawa. This was his 20th PGA Tour victory, earning him life membership. In November, McIlroy held the 54-hole lead at the DP World Tour Championship Dubai, as he sought to become the first player to win the event for a 3rd time. He faltered with a final round 74 and ultimately finished 5 shots behind the winner, Morikawa. 2022, top 10 at all 4 majors, 3rd FedEx Cup title. In January, McIlroy finished runner-up for the 4th time of his career at the Slank.io Dubai Desert Classic, 1 stroke behind winner Robert Rock. At the 2022 Masters Tournament in April, McIlroy shot a bogey-free 64 in the final round to finish as runner-up, a new best finish at the Masters of his career. In May, McIlroy held the first-round lead at the 2022 PGA Championship after opening with a 65. He ultimately finished 8th. In June, McIlroy defended his title at the RBC Canadian Open, shooting a final round 62 to win by 2 shots ahead of Tony Finau. The following week, he finished tied 5th at the 2022 U.S. Open. In July, McIlroy was tied for the lead after 54 holes at the 2022 Open Championship. He shot a final round 70 to finish 3rd, 2 strokes behind Cameron Smith. He thus finished top 10 in all 4 majors for the first time in his career. In August, McRory won his 3rd Tour Championship by 1 stroke from Scottie Scheffler and I.M. Sungjae to claim his 3rd FedEx Cup victory. This victory surpassed Tiger Woods' 2 successes and earned McRory an additional $18 million bonus. In September, he finished tied 2nd at the BMW PGA Championship, losing to Shane Lowry by 1 shot. In October, McIlroy successfully defended the CJ Cup at Congaree Golf Club in South Carolina. This victory also saw him return to number 1 in the official world golf ranking, overtaking Scottie Scheffler. In November, McIlroy entered the DP World Tour Championship on the European Tour, sitting in 1st place on the DP World Tour rankings. A 4th-place finish was enough for McIlroy to maintain his position at the top of the rankings. It was also his 4th Harry Vardon Trophy win. 2023, continued success. 5th race to Dubai title, McIlroy started off the year by winning the Hero Dubai Desert Classic in January. He birdied the final 2 holes to beat Patrick Reed by 1 shot. McIlroy missed the cut at the 2023 Masters Tournament in April and finished tied 7th at the 2023 PGA Championship in May. At the 2023 U.S. Open in June, McIlroy finished solo 2nd, 1 shot behind Wyndham Clark.
In July, McIlroy won the Genesis Scottish Open, 1 stroke ahead of Robert McIntyre. The following week, at the 2023 Open Championship, he finished tied 6th.
In September, McIlroy played on the European team in the 2023 Ryder Cup at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome, Italy. The European team won 16.5, 11.5, and McIlroy was the top point scorer with a 4-1-0 record, including a win in his Sunday singles match against Sam Burns. In November, McIlroy won his 5th Race to Dubai title. He finished tied 22nd at the DP World Tour Championship, but had already secured the Race to Dubai title before the tournament started. This moved McIlroy to 3rd for most season-long titles won on the European Tour, behind Seve Ballesteros' 6 and Colin Montgomery's 8. 2024, 4-win season, U.S. Open loss. McIlroy opened his season at the inaugural Dubai Invitational in January. He led by 1 shot with 1 hole remaining before hitting his tee shot on the final hole into the water. He bogeyed the hole while Tommy Fleetwood made birdie to win by 1. He defended the Hero Dubai Desert Classic the following week, his 4th win in the tournament overall.
Trailing by 11 shots entering Saturday, he shot a 9-under 63 to propel him into contention before a final round 2-under 70 gave him a 1-shot win over Adrian Meronk. After a tepid start to the season on the PGA Tour, including a T22 finish at the 2024 Masters Tournament, McIlroy won his first title of the season in April at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, a team event where he competed alongside Ryder Cup teammate Shane Lowry. They won in a playoff over Chad Ramey and Martin Traynor. This was McIlroy's 25th win on the PGA Tour.
In his next start, McIlroy won the Wells Fargo Championship for the 4th time in his career. He closed with a 6-under 65, playing the final 11 holes in 6-under and won by 5 strokes over Xander Schauffele. During the 2024 U.S. Open, McIlroy entered the final round in 2nd place, 3 strokes behind the lead.
He erased the deficit and had a 2-stroke lead over Bryson DeChambeau with 4 holes to play, but bogeyed 3 of the final 4 holes, including missed putts from inside 4 feet on both the 16th and 18th holes, to finish 1 stroke behind DeChambeau.
At the 2024 Open Championship, McIlroy shot 78-75 and missed the cut, extending his major championship drought to 10 years. In September, after the Tour Championship, McIlroy turned his attention to the European Tour, recording back-to-back runner-up finishes at the Amgen Irish Open and the BMW PGA Championship, in which he lost in a playoff to Billy Horschel. In November, at the season's penultimate event, he finished tied 3rd at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. The following week, he won the DP World Tour Championship, also claiming the Race to Dubai title for the 6th time in his career. 2025. Completion of career Grand Slam. McIlroy at the Travelers Championship in June 2025.
In his first PGA Tour event of 2025, McIlroy won the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, finishing with a score of -21, beating Shane Lowry by 2 strokes. At the 2025 Players Championship in March, McIlroy shot a final round 68 to tie for first with J.J. Spaun and entered a 3-hole aggregate playoff. McIlroy won the playoff with an aggregate score of +1 to claim his 2nd Players Championship title. 2 weeks later, he finished tied 5th at the Texas Children's Houston Open and earned $337,844, which took his career earnings on the PGA Tour to $100,046,906. This made McIlroy the 2nd man to reach $100 million in official PGA Tour earnings, joining Tiger Woods, who crossed the mark in 2012. In April, at the 2025 Masters Tournament, McIlroy held a 2-stroke lead after 54 holes, which was his first 54-hole outright lead at a major since the 2014 PGA Championship. He shot a 1/73 in the final round, while Justin Rose birdied 6 of his final 8 holes to force a playoff. McIlroy birdied the first playoff hole to win his first Masters and complete the career Grand Slam. He became the 6th player, after Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods, to win each of the 4 major championships in the modern era. In his next major championship start, McIlroy tied for 47th at the 2025 PGA Championship, held at Quail Hollow Club, a course where he had previously recorded 4 wins. He then missed his first cut of the year at the RBC Canadian Open, shooting rounds of 71 to 78. After the 2025 U.S. Open, where he finished tied 19th, McIlroy stated he had lost motivation since winning the Masters. "I climbed my Everest in April, and I think after you do something like that, you've got to make your way back down, and you've got to look for another mountain to climb." In July, McIlroy finished runner-up at the Genesis Scottish Open, 2 shots behind Chris Gotterup. The following week, McIlroy was the home favorite in the 2025 Open Championship held at Royal Portrush Golf Club. He finished tied 7th. At the Amgen Irish Open in September, McIlroy holed a 27-foot, 8.2 meters putt for eagle on the final hole to match the 17-under 271 posted by Joaquin Lagergren and enter a playoff. McIlroy made birdie on the 3rd extra hole to win his National Open for the 2nd time in his career. 3 weeks later, McIlroy represented Europe at the 2025 Ryder Cup. He had a 3-1-1 record, including a loss in the Sunday singles against world number 1 Scottie Scheffler, as Europe defeated the United States by a score of 15-13, which was the first away victory in a Ryder Cup since 2012. In November, McIlroy made eagle on the final hole of the DP World Tour Championship to force a playoff against Matt Fitzpatrick. McIlroy lost the title to Fitzpatrick on the first playoff hole, but the runner-up finish secured his 7th Race to Dubai title, overtaking Save Ballesteros' tally of 6 and moving within 1 of the record held by Colin Montgomery. 2026.
McIlroy finished runner-up at the Genesis Invitational in February, 1 stroke behind Jacob Bridgman. As defending champion at the 2026 Players' Championship in March, McIlroy placed tied 46th. He struggled prior to the Players with a back injury, which had forced him to withdraw from the Arnold Palmer Invitational a week earlier. In his title defense at the 2026 Masters Tournament, McIlroy opened with rounds of 67-65 to total 12 under and establish a 6-stroke lead. This broke the record for largest 36-hole lead in Masters history, surpassing the 5-shot margin first set by Harry Cooper in 1936. Awards. At the 2005 Belfast Telegraph Sports Awards, McIlroy received the Young Player of the Year award. He also won the 2008 George Best Breakthrough Prize and the 2009 Belfast Telegraph Sports Star of the Year award. In recognition of his win at the 2011 U.S. Open, McIlroy was named the 2011 RTE Sportsperson of the Year and BBC Northern Ireland Sports Personality of the Year. He also received the Laureus World Sports Award for Breakthrough of the Year and was appointed member of the Order of the British Empire, MBE, in the 2012 New Year Honours for services to sport. In 2012, McIlroy won the PGA Player of the Year and PGA Tour Player of the Year awards, as well as the Varden Trophy and Byron Nelson Award. He was also voted the European Tour Golfer of the Year and European Tour Players Player of the Year in 2012. He repeated this award sweep in 2014. Also in 2014, he was named RTE Sportsperson of the Year for a 2nd time and BBC Northern Ireland Sports Personality of the Year for a 3rd time. McIlroy has won the Mark H. McCormick Award for leading the official world golf ranking for the most weeks in a calendar year 3 times, 2012, 2014, and 2015. In 2019, he won the PGA Tour Player of the Year Award and the Varden Trophy for the 3rd time. In 2022, McIlroy won the Varden Trophy for a 4th time. His scoring average of 68.67 was the lowest since Tiger Woods' 68.05 in 2009. In 2024, McIlroy won the European Tour Player of the Year award, now renamed the Seve Ballesteros Award, for the 4th time in his career. McIlroy won BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 2025, topping the public vote. He had previously been shortlisted in 2014 and 2023, finishing as runner-up in 2014. McIlroy was also named the 2025 RTE Sportsperson of the Year. This made him the first person to win both these awards in the same year since Barry McGuigan in 1985. Technique and coaches. McIlroy in the process of hitting a tee shot with his driver.
Despite his modest stature at 5 feet 9 inches, 1.75 meters, McRory has consistently been among the longest drivers in professional golf throughout his career. He had a grip it and rip it style with a long, fluid swing when he first came out on tour. McIlroy developed back problems by the age of 19, requiring the use of heavy strapping and anti-inflammatory medication while playing. He was warned by a doctor that he likely would develop a stress fracture in his back if he did not change his approach. McIlroy began to work with exercise physiologist Stephen McGregor in 2010, who noted imbalances in McIlroy's body. He couldn't stand on one leg. He didn't have support and stability in his shoulders. He was very arm speed dominated in his golf swing, as a lot of young players are, trying to generate as much speed as they can to launch the golf ball. McGregor, along with McIlroy's longtime coach Michael Bannon, set about rebuilding McIlroy's swing. He started a strict workout regimen, focused on developing strength in his legs and core to generate speed from the ground up and reduce strain on the back. As a result, his clubhead speed became faster than before. McIlroy said in 2017 that he had a degenerative disc in his lumbar vertebrae, adding, "I've been swinging a golf club since I was 2 years old. That's millions of swings over time, and that takes its toll." He credited McGregor as having the biggest impact of anyone on his golf career, stating that McGregor's guidance had helped him to take better care of his body and extend his career. As of 2025, McIlroy is capable of producing over 190 miles per hour, 310 kilometers per hour. McIlroy struggled with his putting at the start of his career and began to work with specialist coach Paul Hurian in 2008, who stated that McIlroy was overly reliant on hand-eye coordination when putting. McIlroy also was introduced to Bob Rotella's book Putting Out of Your Mind in late 2009. McIlroy later obtained putting instruction from former PGA Tour player Dave Stockton and credited him after winning the 2012 PGA Championship for the improvements in his putting. McIlroy underwent laser eye surgery in 2015, having previously used contact lenses while on the course. He said, "I've always felt I struggled reading greens. I've always struggled with my eyes, especially in the summer with hay fever, when you're rubbing your eyes and sometimes things would get under the contact lens." And that after the surgery, he had better than 20/20 vision. Since 2018, former PGA Tour player Brad Faxon has been McIlroy's putting coach. Faxon was known as one of the best putters on tour during his career. Public image.
McIlroy has been regarded as one of the most marketable athletes in the world since early on in his career.
He was an ambassador for hotel chain Jumeirah from 2007 to 2012 and signed a multi-million-dollar sponsorship agreement with Santander Bank in 2011. SportsPro rated him at third, behind Neymar and Lionel Messi, in their 2013 list of the world's most marketable athletes. In 2013, McIlroy signed a 10-year endorsement deal with Nike worth up to $250 million, whereby he agreed to be a brand ambassador for their golf clubs, balls, and apparel. According to Simon Chadwick, professor of sport business strategy and marketing at Coventry University, Nike viewed McIlroy as their successor to Tiger Woods, who was struggling on and off the course at the time. Also in that year, McIlroy signed endorsement deals with Bose and Omega. In 2015, McIlroy became the namesake for the EA Sports video game Rory McIlroy PGA Tour, replacing Tiger Woods, who had been the previous namesake for the series from 1998 to 2013. In 2017, McIlroy signed a 10-year, $200 million contract extension with Nike for apparel only, after Nike exited the golf equipment business, allowing him to additionally sign a 10-year, $100 million equipment deal with TaylorMade, to use their clubs, ball, and bag. After the emergence of LIV Golf in 2022, McIlroy became a vocal opponent of the Saudi-funded league and some of the prominent individuals associated with it, such as Greg Norman and Phil Mickelson. Sports Business Journal stated that McIlroy took on the unofficial role as face of the PGA Tour in its battle with LIV Golf. McIlroy criticized the league for having ripped apart the game of professional golf. Before the start of the Hero Dubai Desert Classic in January 2023, McIlroy was approached by LIV golfer Patrick Reed while on the practice range. He refused to talk to Reed, stating afterwards, when asked in a press conference, that Reed had sent a lawyer to serve him a subpoena on the Christmas Eve prior as part of an antitrust lawsuit. In June 2023, after the PGA Tour announced a framework agreement for a potential merger with LIV Golf, McIlroy said that he felt like a sacrificial lamb due to his support of the PGA Tour. He maintained that, if LIV Golf was the last place to play golf on Earth, I would retire. McIlroy softened his stance against LIV Golf in 2024, stating that he had been a little judgmental towards golfers who left the PGA Tour to join LIV, adding, "I wouldn't say I've lost the fight against LIV, but I've just accepted the fact that this is part of our sport now." Business endeavors. When turning professional in 2007, McIlroy signed with International Sports Management, ISM, an agency founded by former professional golfer Chubby Chandler. McIlroy left ISM in 2011 and stated he felt like he was being led down the wrong path by Chandler, who advised McIlroy to give up his PGA Tour card in 2010 and prioritize the European Tour. McIlroy then signed with Horizon Sports Management, following the lead of his friend Graham McDowell, who had left ISM to join Horizon. McIlroy split from Horizon in 2013. He had agreed a contract extension with the agency in March 2013, which was set to run until 2017. In October 2013, he described the contract as unconscionable and said he had been coaxed into signing it. He filed suit against Horizon, claiming they had prioritized their own financial interests to his detriment. Horizon countersued, alleging breach of contract and unpaid fees. A legal battle followed, which ended with an out-of-court settlement in 2015. The Irish Times reported that McIlroy paid the firm in excess of $25 million plus costs to settle the dispute. After splitting from Horizon in 2013, McIlroy created a new management company, Rory McIlroy Management Services Ltd. Initially headed by former Irish Life and Permanent executive Donald Casey as managing director, alongside McIlroy's father Jerry as a director, it manages the royalty payments from McIlroy's various endorsements. The company is based in Dublin. In 2017, McIlroy ranked 6th in Forbes' list of the world's highest-paid athletes, having earned $50 million, of which $34 million came from endorsements. In 2019, McIlroy founded Symphony Ventures, a venture capital firm, alongside his longtime agent Sean O'Flaherty. Headquartered in Dublin, it focuses on the healthcare, sports, and technology sectors. McIlroy began wearing a Whoop band in 2019 and was among the investors in a $100 million Series E financing round for the company in 2020. He joined the investment group of the Alpine racing team of Formula One in 2023 and the ticket marketplace TickPick in 2024. McIlroy founded TMRW Sports in 2022, alongside Tiger Woods and former Golf Channel executive Mike McCarley. The company's first project was TGL, an indoor golf league which secured a broadcasting deal with ESPN. A funding round in 2024 valued TMRW Sports at $500 million. In May 2025, McIlroy partnered with private equity firm TPG to form TPG Sports, an investment fund targeting the sports sector. In December 2025, McIlroy announced a new joint venture with Golf Channel parent company Versant, known as Firethorn Productions, named after the 15th hole at Augusta National, and an extension of his contract with the company through 2038. Personal life. McIlroy was raised Catholic and has self-identified as Irish, Northern Irish, and British. He stated in 2010 that he carries a British passport, although he usually is reluctant to discuss his nationality at length. During the Troubles, McIlroy's great-uncle Joe McIlroy was shot to death by the Ulster Volunteer Force in a sectarian attack at his home in 1972, after he moved his Catholic family into the predominantly Protestant area of Orangefield, Belfast. Despite this family trauma, McIlroy's parents refused to become embittered. McIlroy attended a mixed school that was majority Protestant and stated his Catholic background was never an issue. Regarding the troubles, McIlroy said in 2012, "I haven't talked about it with my parents. I don't want to be defined by that. It's not how my generation thinks." As golf was named an Olympic sport for the first time since 1904 at the 2016 Summer Olympics, McIlroy was regularly questioned whether he would represent Great Britain or Ireland. He stated in 2013, "I feel Northern Irish, and obviously being from Northern Ireland, you have a connection to Ireland and a connection to the UK. If I could and there was a Northern Irish team, I'd play for Northern Ireland. Play for one side or the other, or not play at all because I may upset too many people. Those are my three options I'm considering very carefully." On the eve of the 2014 Irish Open, he declared that he would represent Ireland at the Olympics. In 2009, McIlroy bought a house in Moneyray, a small village south of Belfast. The house sat on a 13-acre plot of land, where he had a custom-made practice facility and a scaled-down association football pitch. McIlroy hired security guards for the property after he won the 2011 U.S. Open, as the increased attention led to strangers driving up his driveway. He said he began to feel like he was living in a goldfish bowl. In September 2012, the house was put up for sale for a price of £2 million. In December 2012, McIlroy purchased a $10 million property in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, located close to Jack Nicklaus's Bears Club. McIlroy has also maintained residences in Monaco and Dubai. In 2024, McIlroy took delivery of a Gulfstream G650ER, a private jet. He previously owned a Bombardier Challenger 605. In 2025, McIlroy moved into a home in the Wentworth Estate in Surrey.
McIlroy is a fan of Manchester United FC. Following his 2014 Open Championship win at Royal Liverpool, he made reference to his support for Liverpool's rivals during his acceptance speech, prompting lighthearted boos from the crowd. McIlroy is also a fan of the Northern Ireland national team. In his spare time, he played football himself. McIlroy injured his ankle ligaments in 2015 while playing with friends, forcing him to withdraw from the 2015 Open Championship. He said in December of that year, "I really can't be doing silly things like playing football in the middle of the season. I won't be making those mistakes again." McIlroy is a fan of Ulster Rugby and has interrupted his busy golf schedule to attend matches at Ravenhill Stadium in Belfast. McIlroy said in 2023 that he is a fan of the Buffalo Bills, as his wife Erica is originally from Irondequoit, New York. McIlroy stated, "It certainly makes it easier to root for the Bills when Josh Allen is throwing the football." In 2018, McIlroy appeared on an episode of Amazon Prime show The Grand Tour, racing against Paris Hilton in the Celebrity Face-Off segment of the show. McIlroy featured in the sports documentary series Full Swing, which premiered on Netflix in 2023. McIlroy made a cameo appearance in the 2025 film Happy Gilmore 2, a sequel to Happy Gilmore 1996. Relationships: McIlroy dated Danish tennis player Caroline Wozniacki from 2011 to 2014. They became engaged in December 2013. McIlroy ended the engagement in May 2014. The problem is mine. The wedding invitations issued at the weekend made me realize that I wasn't ready for all that marriage entails. I wish Caroline all the happiness she deserves and thank her for the great times we've had. McIlroy started dating Erica Stoll, a former PGA of America employee, in 2015. In December 2015, they became engaged while on holiday in Paris. They married in April 2017 at Ashford Castle in Cong, County Mayo. The couple had a daughter in September 2020. In May 2024, McIlroy filed for divorce in Palm Beach County, Florida. By the 11th of June 2024, the divorce filing was withdrawn, with McIlroy stating, "We have resolved our differences and look forward to a new beginning." Philanthropy. McIlroy became an ambassador for UNICEF Ireland in 2011 and visited Haiti with UNICEF in June of that year. He canceled a trip to Haiti with UNICEF in 2013 as it conflicted with his participation in the Valero Texas Open. McIlroy's management team, Horizon, then donated $166,000 of his money to UNICEF without his knowledge to avoid any bad publicity. McIlroy had been advised by his then-partner, Caroline Wozniacki, against donating to NGOs such as UNICEF and instead to create a foundation. McIlroy reversed the donation and was upset that his management team had made the transaction without his approval. In 2013, McIlroy created the Rory Foundation with a stated goal of supporting children's charities. Through the foundation, McIlroy pledged £1 million in 2014 to the Cancer Fund for Children in Newcastle, County Down. During 2016, the foundation dispensed a total of £1.15 million to charities in Ireland and the United Kingdom, of which £862,543 was donated directly by McIlroy. The foundation shut down in December 2018, with a spokeswoman of the foundation stating that McIlroy is adopting a private philanthropic policy. It was announced in 2023 that McIlroy had paid €1 million towards the construction of a cancer fund for children lodge in Cong, County Mayo. Amateur wins: 2005 West of Ireland Championship, Irish Amateur Close Championship, 2006 West of Ireland Championship, Irish Amateur Close Championship, European Amateur, 2007 Grey Goose Cup.